All right, we are on the live today. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness.
I'm
We
gonna
are
go.
happy and dandy today because we are alive and ready to roll. I hope that you also are. And therefore, we want to say thank you for joining those who are joining and those who are going to be joining later on the show. Because today is Father's Day, we want to wish all the men and the young guys who are going to be fathers watching in the future and watching now. We want to wish you all happy Father's Day. My goodness. My goodness. Let's give it up to the men on the live and men watching after the replay. It is a good day, Father's Day. I am so excited, and I'm pretty sure you also are. We have a wonderful show today. Last week, we talked about some of the stresses that men go through, that fathers go through. And today, we want to talk about how to handle the stresses in life, especially if you are a father and if you are also yearning to be a father one day in your lifetime. So stick with us, and we are going to hit it soon. But before we do that, as you know, we usually have a health tip for the week. And this week's health tip is we want to remind people, especially in our community, that around this season in summer, around here in the United States, a lot of people drown in pools. As a matter of fact, it's not just here, but around the country, around all over the world because it's hot. People are enjoying in pools and swimming pools, I mean, and we want to ensure that everybody is safe. So today's show, our health tip is be careful with the kids around pools. You may not have a pool, but your neighbor may have a pool. And if your neighbor doesn't and the kids have any after school programs that involve water, please be careful. Teach your kids the safety mechanisms and warn them not to go on the water side or on the pool side by themselves. So stay out and be healthy without drowning. You want to add anything to that?
I think if you don't know how to swim, this will be a good time that you can sign up YMCA, some activities out there. Look into where you can sign your kids up and they can also join in learning how to swim. We have a lot of swimming lessons. Let's expose our kids to stuff like that so that in case anything happen, they'll be able to do the right things.
All right, all right, all right. My goodness. So I'm believing that you are going to do that. Now, on our shows today is about handling fathers' stress. A lot of stress that men go through. One of our family members says that I hope you're not going to talk about boys are bred because men are tired. And I agree, men are really tired. We don't want to talk about it, especially on our day. But we still can face the fact that we are stressed sometimes, and so in order to make sure that we don't. Oh! What are you guys
That's
doing?
they surprise him. They surprise him on the show.
Oh my goodness, my goodness. You made it. You made it. My goodness. Wow, wow, wow. Look at Nathan. My goodness. Oh my
Christine is here
goodness.
too, okay?
All right, you better read it louder.
Dear Dad, we are so glad that we have been blessed with you as our dad. We appreciate all of the love and care that you have always showed us and pray that God continues the, to bless you abundantly.
That's a big word. My goodness. My goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
From
Wow.
your very own Nathan, Ida, and Kristen.
My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. That's what. Wow, that's what's up. That's what's up. My goodness, you made my day. You made my day. Wow, I was wondering why nobody said anything in the morning. You
We have
had
a card
planned it
for you.
out. My
We were planning
goodness.
it the whole time.
Ah, that was the reason you were planning it the whole time. My goodness,
And
fathers, we are blessed. We are blessed on the live.
yeah,
My
so
goodness.
I have to say something too.
Hmm.
When I look at you, I see a man whose family he's totally in love. It shows in all the big and little things that you do every day as a husband and as a father. When I look at you, I see a man I love and appreciate. A man
Madam,
I'm so
where
very
can I
happy
come?
to be sharing this life with.
Oh,
Happy Father's Day. We
My
love you
goodness,
so
my
much.
goodness, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Yay! All right, viewers, I think they crashed the show, but the show must still go on. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Oh, that is beautiful. Wow. Wow. That's what's up, as they say. My goodness, you made it. My goodness. Wow, that was good planning. I never
Yeah,
saw
we
anything
did.
like that coming. My. All right. Thank you so much, family, and thank you, kids, and thank you, wifey, for planning with them for such a big surprise. My goodness, I'm about to cry now, but as they say, men shouldn't cry, right? My goodness. All right. All right. So let's move on with the show. Thank you so much. Now, as we were saying, our show today, it's about handling stress, fathers handling stress. Last week, we did talk about what stresses are there for fathers. And today we just want to make sure that we talk about what are some of the things that we can do to deal with the stresses that we have as men. And as a matter of fact, not just men, but also the women that watch the same things may apply to you. So let's hit on at the show right now. So on our show outline today, we are saying that we're going to talk about, let's see here, we're going to talk about the stresses. We're just going to review some of the stresses that we talked about last week. We're also going to do the main thing which the show is about, which is handling the stress in fatherhood. And then finally, we are going to crown the Father of the Year in our community here by the Life and Health Show. This is huge. My goodness. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. My goodness. So we have a packed show today, and hopefully you will stick around until we go through all the things that we are going to do today. All right. So, Annie, I'm out of words. My goodness. I'm even shaking. All right.
No, we will get it there because we know how much you appreciate being on the show. And because today is a special day, we can't take you anywhere because you are so attached to the show. So we decided to do it on here
Do this
for
on the
you.
show. My
I know you
goodness.
appreciate it.
I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so let's hit the ball rolling for our show. Don't forget to bring your comments. I think we already have some comments on the live. Let's see if we can bring some of them on. We see our sister Nanefia Sika Papebi. Nanefia, the Sika Papebi means you are rich. Oh, we got to throw some of the money here our way. She said, my only sister. I think she's
Oh,
referring
thank
it
you.
to you. And then also we have another comment that is saying from brother Jeremiah. He's also saying, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you all, and good evening to our viewers everywhere. And I think, oh, Nanefia also says something again, say, happiest Father's Day. Oh, you got it right. I am so excited. I am so excited. And I think Jerry got surprised too. He said, hello. They
LOL.
did good. They did good. All right. So those are the few comments we have received. We want you to be part of the show. The good thing is if you send your comments, uh, most of the time we see it on the live, and when we see the comment, we will share with others. If we don't see it now, we'll definitely respond to the comments later on as we see them. But definitely be part of the show, contribute, and stick around to see who actually won the Father of the Year. This is a vote by the Life and Health Show. So if you don't know how we achieved it, we can explain that later. But at least stick around and make sure you are part of the show until the end to see who we selected to be the Father of the Year 2023. All right. So with that being said, let's go on with the presentation now. So the first thing we are going to talk about, as we said, are the stresses in fatherhood. What stresses fathers up? what are the things that stress fathers? And if you remember, last week we said the first one is work-life balance. We're not going to spend a lot of time. We just want to use as a review. So when we talk about how to handle the stress, at least you will know what we mean. Work-life balance. The co-host today happened to have come on, interrupted the show, and left. So we're going to do it. And Mom and I we throw more light. So we said that fathers are stressed because they have to juggle their work and their personal life, as well as their relationship life. All that they have to do is stressing men out because they have to do that. I don't know
Yeah.
if you want to add in it.
So, like, as men, you are supposed to be working. You are the head of the family, and financially, you are supposed to provide for the family, right? And at the same time, you have a life to live. So, balancing the two as like a provider of the house and being there for the family can be very stressful because some men are not able to balance the two. You know, they will spend more time out there working hard, working, trying to provide for the family. So if you strike an average, some men are spending almost like 70% of their time working and only what 30% are home with the family. So not able to balance the two, working, being the provider and being there for your family and being a father and being a husband can be a little stressful
Stressful.
if you are not able to juggle the two evenly.
All right. So that is work-life balance stress for fathers, and as a matter of fact, for anybody. But since we are on fathers today, we want to limit it to the fathers, but it works for everybody. The other thing is parenting stress. We also mentioned that fathers are being stressed, and the reason that they are being stressed is that they have children to raise. They have children to raise. As you can see, you saw my children come on here, and they did not just grow up to be who they are now. They had to be taken care of from childhood. In fact, from the time they were born all the way to the time that we see them up to now, their ages now. So parenting is a stressful thing for a lot of fathers. All right.
So I think it become more stressful in this country as parents because like let's think about the way that we were raised. We were raised in a different environment, right? And you have moved, you've relocated to a different place. And the environment is different, the expectations are different, things are done differently. But you do not know, you know, how to do it because you were not exposed to that way of life. So now you are learning, you know how you were raised, so that's all that you know, but the kids here are different. So how are you able to learn the new way of life to raise your kids differently, which you do not know, you have no idea. So when you were growing up, your parents, instead of having talk one-on-one with you, they yell at you, they spank you, they command you, but you can't do that in this country. You have to be able to have like talk with your kids, negotiate sometimes, you know. So if you don't know how to raise your kids differently from what you are used to, it's going to be very stressful because the kids sometimes, I heard one kid saying that how come that when I come home you don't say sorry to me when you yell at me. When I tell you I'm hurt, you don't do anything about it. When I go to school, my teacher even apologized to me. The kids say that I'm sorry to each other, but when they come home, all that they hear is like, go and sit, go and sleep, go do your homework, go do that, go do that. It's all command, 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 and they will rebel. So that can be very stressful. So that
My
can be
goodness.
one thing for fathers to endure.
My goodness, fathers on the live. My goodness, this is really true. And as a matter of fact, you don't even have to be born somewhere. If you are born here, the times have changed. The way you were raised, in the olden days, the kinds of freedoms that you did not enjoy, now your children will want to enjoy them because of the modern times and the fact that society is changing. So the stress of raising kids is huge on a lot of parents, in particular on fathers, especially, if you are a father and, you're told you cannot spank your kids. If you spank, if you don't take care, these kids will call the cops on you. In the past, they did it without the fear of cops coming, but now you can't. And so if the child is doing something, you just watch them and watch them. Hopefully, they will listen to you. But if they decide not to listen, basically, you are stuck. And so that can bring a lot of stress on fathers and on parents who would rather use some other means to, turn their kids around. So that is one thing we also discussed. We also discussed that the other stresses in fatherhood or with men is relationship stress. Some men are also stressed apart from being there as a father, which is not easy. That brings another stress on their relationships because, uh, you know, especially if you are not on the same line, you do not agree with your wife on how to do certain things for your kids. When your kids do stuff, you want to stand up and yell and scream and do all that. Your wife may say, "No, that's not how I want my kids." That alone can bring a strain on your relationship. So first, you are stressed by your kids, and then you get stressed with your spouse if you do not agree on some of the things that you want to do for them. So that is also a stress that comes on our relationships as fathers that we are. I don't know if you want to add anything. Then we also talked about the fact that fathers are stressed financially. Financial stress is huge. Financial stress is very, very big. And you don't want to be a dad and not be able to provide for your kids or your family. And so if you see the money problems coming, you are most likely going to be stressed. Unless you don't care. Some people don't care, so in that case, then you will not be stressed. But if you're a good father, somebody who really wants something good for their family, their kids, then you'll be stressed when finances are hard. And so being a father in itself makes you financially, more stressed if there are issues with finances. If you are rich, you probably wouldn't see this. But if you are one that, trying, you're not there yet, and with kids coming in, it's not easy to just be a father. And especially if you don't have a partner that can support you with regards to having finances that are, responsibilities shared. We're going to talk about some of those in how to handle these. But yeah, definitely financial stress is a huge thing for fathers.
Yeah, and also maybe you are not only providing for your family here. It become even more stressful when your extended family also depend on you. So you should be able to balance the budget. You have some family back home that they depend on you for the school fees, for mortgage, for rent, for other things. And at the same time, you want to be a responsible father. And we know that here kids go to school for free up to what? High school. But after high school, if you want the best for your children, maybe you were not able to go to college yourself, but it's your dream that you want all your kids to go to college. And it's very expensive here. So if you're not able to balance the budget or do some savings towards their college, it gets to that point that it becomes very stressful.
Very stressful.
Because you want the best for them, but you are not able to meet that need. And that is very stressful for most men.
My goodness. My goodness. All right. So now let's move on to the next slide. I think there's another comment on there. So we are going to move to how to handle the stresses. But before we move on, I think there's another comment from Rosina. Rosina is also saying something here. She says, "Happy Father's Day. Nice surprise." I agree. That was a huge surprise. Nick was able to actually hide this from me. He's usually not good at hiding secrets, but he did it. All right. So that was a nice surprise. And then, another guy. This guy is from Osecrom, is saying, "We are alive." Yes, we are alive. And he says, "What? Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to my big brother. Proud of you, bro. Thank you, my brother. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right. So now let's move on to our presentation. We say, so handling stress. That's what we are talking about today. The first point on our agenda is prioritize self-care. We want to start.
Yeah, so self-care is very important. You cannot give what you don't have, you know. So as a father, my first suggestion is you have to take care of yourself. You have to recharge. You know, you have to have some activities that rejuvenate you as a person. If it's not daily, maybe weekly or bi-weekly, you have to do certain things that you as a person, you'll be able to give back. But if you don't have anything emotionally, you're drained, like you're tired, you are all that. There is no way that you can be a good father. And being father, as we've discussed, is a very difficult task. So you have to take care of yourself so that you come from a position that is very healthy so that you can share that with your family. So activities like having a personal time, like meditation. You have a way to meditate early morning before you step out. You have done your meditation. If you are a Christian, you've read your Bible, you've prayed before you step out. When you step out and you see your kids, there is no way that you're going to yell at them or you're going to be upset because you have filled yourself, you know. And also, if you have to exercise, take care of your body, self-care, you know, you have to exercise, do the basic things by going like to checkups, like all the basics, so that you are coming from a very strong position and be able to do that job as a father. But if you are always tired, you are always stressed, like boys are bred, there is nothing in you. You are always agitated. Every little thing you are upset, that you have to find a way to spend time with you. Self-care, take care of yourself. Emotional, if you love reading, if you love maybe taking a walk in the morning, taking the breathe, like something that will enhance you to be able to better your relationship with your family, that will always help take out the stressors from you.
My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Self-care. That is very important. A lot of us like to just, hit the road, come back, work, 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 and come home, work, 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 and we do not take care of ourselves at all. Recently, I was talking to a friend, church member, he was just trying to describe somebody to me. And then he said he know that person, the way they found each other, the way they get along is at some point once a while all the young men in that group, their friends, they go out, they sit together, just talk and just share, eat, and then come home. And I'm like, why don't we even do that? This is what our old family members used to do. Our fathers will go out, sit somewhere, play ludo, play dummy, drink, and then they come home. And so they were always refreshed. They may not even have money, but the fact that they were socially interconnected, they were taking care of themselves. They had hobbies. They had hobbies that they played. Some people did, go to the gym. Some people go to gym. Some people, do other, fun activities, golf, something that will make you rejuvenate, make your mental health stable, make you feel like, some of the problems you are taking back a little bit. You can't always be just going, 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 going. At some point, we need to redo some of these things. I'm just thinking, probably start some group like that. A group of 5 men, 10 men, or less. That once a month we go to maybe a Dunkin' Donut somewhere, maybe some restaurant. We just sit and talk. Maybe with our wives, or maybe the wives to also do their own thing. But we definitely need to take care and give ourselves some personal time, like she said, personal time to relax, personal time to relax and chill. And those things are part of the things that make you beat stress. So self-care self-rejuvenation, hobbying, exercising in particular. If you have no fun activity to do, at least make the gym your fun activity. And so it is important because it's going to boost not just your mental health but your physical health too, rather than to just everyday work. I understand we have to work, but we were speaking today at church and we said that everybody has to work hard. The times where men don't work hard are over. We have to work hard and make the money, but there's got to be breaks in between for you to rejuvenate, to take care of yourself.
But the excuse is always there, sweetie. Every time we all don't have time. We are running in and out. We go and we come and we are always busy. But it's time for us to take time, for yourself. Because if you are broken, it's not only you, it's the whole family going down because you are not able to take care of yourself. So it's very important. Let's not take it lightly because we can get all the money, all the finances and all that, but we have to keep going. So if you want to work up to 50 and you get a stroke, what happened to the rest of your years? So it should be such that you think of long term. You are making the money, but you are making the money in long term. You don't make all the money in 2 years and break down afterwards. So you have to be smart in order to beat stress so that you don't break down. You don't get the high blood pressure and the diabetes, the uncontrollable ones, and leading to stroke. You hear some stories and it's so sad because we just want to make the money. We make the money, but what about the machine that we are using to make the money? We have to take care of it.
My goodness.
We have to spend time on our own, just a little time, not like a whole week. Your day off, find something fun to do. Just get something that you feel fulfilled after you're done. If it's exercise, do it. It's about going somewhere alone, like we discussed today, and pray and meditate. That is something that you can do. Take time off and just do the right things so that you don't let stress overshadow you, so that you keep going.
My goodness. Self-care. I'm pretty sure the men are taking note. And in fact, this will also work for women. But today being the Father's Day, we are hoping that the men in particular will take advantage of such wonderful thoughts that we are bringing your way. So the next point that we want to talk about is, what is it? Communities, community and support. Communication and support. Let me say it again. It's communicate and also seek support. Basically, that is what we are talking about as the next point for overcoming fatherhood stress. You want to start or you want me to?
Go for it.
So, a lot of men, including myself, we don't talk. A lot of women are able to share their problems and their needs easily. Sometimes we call them gossips because they talk a lot, which is not right. They have found a way to de-stress, and that is sharing problems and seeking help. And men on the live and men who watch later, we must learn to communicate. Communicate with your friends about what you're going through. Communicate especially with your family, your spouse, your wife about what you're going through, because those are the ways you can find solutions. If you keep everything to yourself, eventually you're going to burst. Eventually, what will happen is that you will burst open like a balloon. Why? Because you are holding a lot of stuff on you. And everybody that holds too much stuff eventually gets in trouble. So definitely make sure that you are communicating. You are making sure that you are telling, especially your immediate family. I'm not saying go around the world and share your needs or your problems to everyone. But those that must know, must know. You're going through issues, those that must know, must know. All right? Those that must know, must know. And so don't be shy of telling, especially your immediate family, your children, your spouse, what you are dealing with. It may be at work, it may be something they don't even have any clue how to help you out. But the mere fact that you share that problem gives you some sort of a relief. And then seek help. I don't know if you want to say anything to that.
Yeah, seek help if you feel like you are not able to handle the situation. We know that you are men. Sometimes a little pride or a little ego to ask for help, but we women, even if we know, we want to be sure, we will ask for help. So I think you don't want to take everything in. You get overwhelmed. So you have to seek help. If whatever you are going through is not something that you can handle, it's okay. If you tell your wife that, sweetie, this part, I think I'm having difficulty. Can you handle this part for me? That doesn't take your manhood away. You know, just don't be
Doesn't
shy.
take it away.
It doesn't take it away.
I'll still keep it. You can share it.
Yes.
My goodness.
If something is not going well in the household, you know, you have to bring it up, have time, and talk about it. That will go back to communication again. You know, if you feel like your wife go out and the way that she spend the money is such that you feel like she is not on the same page as you. Maybe she looked at the account and she sees money, you know. So she sees money, she has the edge to go shopping, you know. So if it's a problem, you have to sit down and talk about it, you know, in a family way, in the tea time, like we talked about last time, that you have to have time for each other and communicate and talk about your aspiration. You talk about your vision, what you want to do, how you want to save for the kids, how you want to save, you want to make this project, you know, so that my understanding of things is aligned to your vision, so that if you ask me that, oh, this month our budget is only $500, I know how to shop. But if you don't tell me, you know, and I go out there and I have fun with whatever I need, and I come home and you are so stressed and you're screaming and you're yelling, it's not going to solve, it's going to increase the stress.
My goodness.
It's going to increase the stress.
My goodness.
So, communication is very important. If you want to have a stress free life, you have to talk it out with your partner. If the kids are not listening, you have to sit down as a man of the house, communicate with the kids, let them know the expectation so that they know what is expected of them. But you have it all in your head, you know, and you think that they should know. They don't know, because all they will tell you, all my friends are doing that. So it's your responsibility as a man to let them know that we as a family, this is our values. This is what we believe in. This is how we are doing our things. So that sit with them and discuss it and talk it out, so that we all know that if I go out and I stay beyond 10 p.m., I have to let my parents know. It's not like a rule or something like that, but that's what we do as a parent, as a child. That is what is expected of you. I think they are going to push back and tell you that, no, my friends don't do that. Why are you making me do it? But if you tell them your concerns and why you expect them to behave this way, we are all going to be on the same page. But it's if the family is all guesses, or like, I don't know what mom would think, and I don't care because he has not even talked to me one-on-one and is all here and say, then there is no like leadership in the house. So like we talked about, as a king, as a leader of the household, you have to bring up what you believe in, and the whole family, even if the disobedient one don't want to listen, at least they know what you expect of them, so that at least you have done your part. So communication is very important. And if you get to the point that you need help, don't hesitate to ask for help.
My goodness, my goodness. Now, the help part, a lot of men, again, because of our ego. By the way, I've seen only a few people doing the like and thumbs up. My goodness. If you like what you are seeing, even if you don't like it, as long as you are there, hit the like and share the stream. My goodness. Let's enjoy together. The like, the thumbs up. And if you are even touched the more and you want to bless us, hit the stars button and donate to our cause. Anyway, so one thing that I've seen, I don't know, but maybe it's because of my own experience as a man. it's not easy to seek help as a man. Most people keep to themselves even when they are going through issues. But it is not bad to be able to open up and seek help. After you communicate with people, it is always wise if the thing or what you're going through is beyond what you can handle. It is fine to seek help, whether it's professional help, whether it is ministry help, maybe from a church leader, a pastor, a church elder, or a counselor, psychiatric help, whatever help you need, you must be willing to have it. Because, hey, if you don't seek the help and that thing is eating you up, guess who's suffering? You. So if you can help, if you can get the help, why do you stick to yourself and not do anything like that? So seek help. If there are things that are beyond your control, stuff that you cannot control that is eating you up, it is always smarter as a man to be humble enough to seek help. Seeking help doesn't mean you are weak. In fact, it means you are smart because you have been able to realize what you can control, and you are trying to get help from somewhere. Somebody who cannot control and yet will not share would always continue to be in that problem. So it is a good thing to seek help when you don't think you need it, but you are really suffering. Seek help. And we're going to the next one. So the next one is delegate and share to overcome stress as a father. And for that matter, for anybody who is watching, to overcome stress, you have to learn to delegate and share your responsibilities. You have to be able to delegate. If a father is in the home and there are certain things that are always given to the father, and this father has children who are potentially even more capable, you must be willing to share. The fact that the kids help you doesn't make you any less a father than you are. Mowing the lawn, you can handle it. Meanwhile, you have a big son that can help you out. Delegate some of the responsibilities. It's even a part of the training rather than to stress everything you want to do by yourself. And you are stressed. You don't even have a breathing room to relax. Delegate some of the responsibilities and share. Delegate some of the responsibilities and share your responsibilities so that you will become somebody who takes charge of over everything that they are doing. So that is what I would say to them. If you want to add anything.
Yeah, by delegation, as maybe those of us that moved from Ghana or other places, like when you were growing up, you realized that your dad will go to work, your mom will stay home or do petty trading, and for that matter, she's always around the kids, taking care of the kids. But when you moved here, you realized that one family cannot survive on one income. No matter how hard the dad work, you may need a second income coming in. So this is a time that you have to see if you can get help from the woman to join you in working on bringing in the money. So by doing it, it means that you may need help with the child care. So you can, maybe a family member can come over and help, or maybe you can get a sitter to come in when the wife goes out to work, and the house chores, maybe you can divide it with the kids. So today you are doing the utensils, today you are sweeping, today you are taking the trash, so that everybody has something to do in the house, so that it's not only one person's job to do everything because you are a man. No, you have to delegate. And some people think that we women, we're supposed to be helpers. And in their mind, they think that being a helper means washing bowls, doing the laundry, taking care of kids.
My goodness. Those are big jobs. You want more? We'll give you more.
That's what they think. That's all a woman can offer.
Yeah.
That is definitely not true. So like the Proverbs 35 woman, that you wake up in the morning, you make sure that they are well fed, everybody is wearing a clean clothing. That is not all that a woman can offer.
Oh my goodness.
So if you are a man, and and you can see the value in your wife, there are certain decisions that when you're taking, you have to involve your wife.
Talk to us, baby. Talk to us. Keep
There are
going.
certain decisions that you have to. We are helpers. Helpers is like we are beside you, helping you. So when you have idea, when you have a vision, when you have something that you want to do, the first person after God that you have to talk to is your wife.
My goodness.
Don't try to put down the details and try to move because you are a man before the wife will find out later. That is holding on the stress all by yourself. But if you see your wife as somebody who is a helper, who has brain more than just being the cleaner or taking care of kids, but can contribute, can be supportive, be a helper. If you sit down and plan all that with your wife, you'll be surprised how much the stress will be taken off you, because there wouldn't be any confrontation that, how come that you did this without telling me? How come that you did this? The stress will be coming from the woman. And trust me, men, if you want your life to be in hell, we are there to give it to you.
Oh my goodness.
So
You can easily make it like that.
yes. So the best way to go around this is share your ideas, your vision. You don't have to hold it on. We are here. We are in this together.
And this together.
Beside, we don't say behind every successful man anymore. Beside every successful man,
My goodness.
there is a woman. So take us more than just being helpers, doing the little things in the house. We can do more. So delegate, give us some of the challenges that you are facing and see what we can offer.
Oh my goodness. My goodness. Give us some of the challenges that you are facing, man. Yeah, don't be like, the Superman. Some men are Superman and yet they are doing nothing. They are too proud to allow their women to help. But the sad thing is, some women, maybe it's the culture that you come from, some women too, they expect the men to do everything. Pay the mortgage or pay the rent, pay for the cars, pay for everything. And if you are not able to take care of me, why did you come to marry me? My goodness, that's what some women say. So when it comes to that, honey, if you're already coming from up front and telling me that because I've married you, I must buy everything that you wear, I must take care of everything that you eat, I must provide everything in the house. Granted, we know it's our responsibility, but even though you are making a lot of money, you rather build some mansion somewhere for some family member to stay in rather than to contribute to the upkeep of the house, because according to you, the man has to take care of everything. Then of course we are going to relax and keep to ourselves. So if you are saying that as women, I know you're not just talking for yourself, but the women on the live and the women that watch, if you want to help your men to be strong and healthy and be there in love all the time, then you got to contribute. You cannot just stick to the old ways of women, thinking that men have to take care of everything, financially speaking, because that is the most stressful thing. If you guys are paying 800,000, 2,000, 3,000, whatever mortgage or rent you are paying, and you are a wife, you are working and making the money, all right, and you are saying that the man has to take care of me because he has married me. If he couldn't afford me, he couldn't have come for me. Then of course you are going to make that man stressed. He will become weaker as a man, and soon grow older, and you will continue to be young because you are enjoying your money, you are enjoying whatever contribution that you could have given, and this man is hustling, trying to provide for the family while you are keeping the money with your attitude of the man has to provide everything. So don't get me wrong, we know it's our responsibility, but in this modern time, some women make more money than the men. That's a fact of life. Some women, by virtue of the nature of their jobs, if you are in healthcare and your husband is in business and he is not a CEO, he's not in the top, business earners, he's potentially going to make less than you make. And so if you say that the man has to pay for the bills, then of course you're going to stress this man off. But a wise woman, that you're talking about in Proverbs, a wise woman is one that is able to cover not just her needs, but also contribute to the household and make their man feel like the man is doing it. They don't go out there and share with everybody and say that, oh, this man, I take care of him. That's not a wise woman.
And I think sometimes some men cheat their wives. So sometimes some people are making some decision. It's not because they just want to be mean or not to help, but because of the way they know who their husband is. that's when they will make that decision. Because if they know that they make you too comfortable, you're going to use the extra money to look somewhere else.
Oh my goodness. That is bad. All right, let's keep going.
So if they know that you have too much money, you're going to give it to somebody, and maybe her vision or her needs are not going to be met, then she will advise herself. So if you want your woman to trust you, you have to prove it. You have to have her need to as your need, or whatever she also care for should be what you care for, so that when she's bringing all the money or contributing, you will also make sure that her desires and her wants are also met. But if because you are a man and the woman would you work and you take the paycheck from the woman will start thinking,
Oh, but
because I don't want to be
if you don't
cheated.
worry about helping me out, like you say, sharing let me just put it back. Like you saying sharing responsibilities, right? You say share and delegate. Then the account is in my name. Bring the check. Why can't you give me the check? Why is giving me check so hard if you are really contributing? Unless you are talking about the way it is done. But if you really trust the man and you work and you have one account and the man says, okay, you made money, let me put it in the account. I don't think it's
That's the word, trust the man. But if you know that your husband is such that he's a little shady, he keep hiding things from you,
shady. That's
you
the word.
know, how do you trust such a man?
Okay.
You make him comfortable, and by the time you realize he's looking somewhere else, trying to go to Ghana and marry someone else. But if you make sure that he is paying all the bills and he doesn't have anything extra, then you know that you can use your money wisely. So some women behave the way that they do because of what they've seen before or what they've been told. So as a man, you have to sit down, the communication will come up again and let us know. Be transparent so that when we are all doing things, we know that we are doing all things together. And in that case, you are going to take a lot of stress off you.
My goodness, my goodness, that's a lot. We can go on this particular line for the rest of the show, but we got to go to other points. So delegate and share responsibilities as much as possible. The men, we are willing to let you take part of responsibilities. Just be open and trust us. We are there for you. And if you are watching us, don't leave. We are going to crown the Father of the Year by our show, the Life and Health Show. We have chosen one person that we're going to elect as the Father of the Year in our community here. And we are going to allow him and his children to just show up a little bit and tell us what he did and what he intends to do. And you will understand why we chose him as a Father of the Year. Next year, God willing, we're going to choose the Mother of the Year. On Mother's Day, we were attending the graduation of our children. That's why we didn't do that. So mothers, don't be like we are being selective. But hopefully next year, we'll have this chance to do that for the women on the live. So now let's move on to the next item that we can use to help our men manage stress. And that is what time management and also setting boundaries. Time management. If you want to overcome stress as a man, you got to have a way of managing your time. You can't just be sleeping when it is time to work. You can't just be, gnashing, working and doing nothing when it is time to do some important stuff. So some men will play and play and play. When it's time for work, they even go to work and they will be playing and then they get fired. If it is time to work, go and work. If it's time to be home, be home. If it is time to hang out with the boys, be there. It is time to go to church, be there. Manage your time properly. And by doing that, you will see that you are not stressed. You know that your mortgage or your rent is whatever amount you pay. And you are working like the money is already there. Meanwhile, you are living on paycheck to paycheck. What do? Use the time that you have, the free time, to make the money so you can meet your obligations. But if you hang around and thinking that, oh, my wife is there, even if I don't make it, she probably take it, and your wife doesn't have it at that point, then you become stressed. That's just one example that I can come up with, but it could be any other sort of thing that you waste time on. So let's manage our time well. Time spent with our children, time spent making money, time spent with our wives and our spouses, time spent even with God. We have to manage the time to it. Some men too, if you allow them, they will pray every hour, 24 hours, and all they'll be doing is praying. That is not right. The fact that prayer is good doesn't mean that spend all your time praying. You got to pray some, but you got to go to work. You got to apply by praying and asking God for things. You got to take the next step of faith and do the things that you are asking God to do for you, so that He will come in and make those things practical for you. But to spend your time all day, some places that I know, every day there's church. There's Sunday, there's church. Sunday evening, there's church. Monday morning, there's church. Monday evening prayer. Tuesday evening, Tuesday morning, every time. And this man wants to go to all of them. In fact, some women also do that. And what time are you going to get to work and provide for your family? How are you going to get even time to sit with your family and talk to them? You probably wouldn't have the time to do that. So you're not managing your time right. And if you are not managing your time right, it means that you are going to be stressed eventually, because children are going to give you problems. And if they don't, your marriage is going to go sour and it's going to give you problems. And if not, at any point in time, there's going to be a stressor that comes away because you don't manage your time right. You take over from there.
Yeah, and setting boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
You know that, okay. So in a day,
Mm-hmm.
in a week, I can do 40 hours a week. So you apportion your time in such a way that you have time for the family. Because you are a man, you think that you are going to work 80 hours. Then you are taking away family time, you are taking away personal time. That is not healthy. So you have to know when to say no at work and be with the family, and when to make time for your appointment, and when to take your family on vacation. Some men don't do that. The women have to push for that. You have to spend time with the family so that you get to know what they are also going through. And if you know, they will one day stand and call you a good dad, a number one dad, because you are there for them. At the end of the day, it's not just because you are providing for them. It's not good enough. You have to spend time with them too. Some of the kids go for extracurriculum, they go for sports activities. You have to make time. You know that this time is family time. You don't compromise. You don't share that time with anybody. You share with your family. If it's time for you to go to church, you set the rules in the house. That Sunday morning, 2 hours is for God. And everybody knows that. That is the time that we all go. And when we come home, it's the time to go out. We all schedule our time in such a way that we are all available. So time management will definitely take the stress off us as men.
My goodness, that is huge. Time management. It cuts through a lot of other things that you can think about. So now let's go to the next one. And again, we want to see if there is any more. Let me see if there's any more. I think we have one more, right? Oh, we are about to crown our Father of the Year. My goodness. All right, we are about to crown our Father of the Year. I need you to share your comments. What do you think about what we have shared so far? Time management, prioritizing, and sharing and delegating, and all the other things we've talked about. Share. I want your comments. I want your questions. I want anything that you want to say, so that we can all learn from what you are also thinking. But at this point, we are going to definitely go to where we crown the Father of the Year on the Life and Health Show. My goodness. This is our first time, so we are hoping that the dad is ready, and just make sure that I have him on there assigned. Yes. All right. So join with me, viewers, and bring your comments. He's going to also talk about his experience as a dad. Now, this is the man. Come on, man. Let's give it up for him. My goodness. Give it up. This is the Father of the Year. My goodness. This is him, Mr. Hamza Michael Hamza, Father of the Year of our show. Come on, give it up again. Let's give him a clap of your my goodness. My goodness. And yes, the kids are also around. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So, welcome to the Life and Health Show. Mr. Hamza is a father of four kids. Two of his older kids are in college, and the two that are not in college, one of them is hiding behind him, my big little son called Barack. Barack, show your face. Where are the other big kids? Let them come around. Come on, ladies, lady and gent. His first two are twins, and we have had the twins on the show. My goodness, that's the lady. My goodness, let's give it up for her. That is Alexandra. That is Barack. And where's the gentleman?
You
That
just
is him. That is the big son right there. So Alexandra and Alexander are twins, and we love you so much. This until recently, our winner was a single dad. Until recently, he raised these kids almost exclusively for some years after he lost his dear wife. And so we have watched him and observed the way he does things, his humility, his respect for children, his ability to handle all these four kids, and the fact that the two are already in college. It's a huge thing, especially in the USA. And so we really know that he's doing something great. That is why we've chosen him as the winner of the Father's Day Man of the Year. And so, Mr. Hamza, welcome to the Life and Health Show. Let's see if I can
Thank you
hear you.
so
Yes.
much.
All
Can you
right. I
hear me?
think let me increase your volume a little more. All right. Let's go again. Yes.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Oh, your volume is still low. Let me see. I am going to try one more thing here. All right,
okay.
it may
It's
be
good.
better now. All right, so welcome
Okay.
again to the Life and Health Show, Mr. Hamza.
Yeah, thank you so much. But before I go ahead, Adams want to say hi. He was in
Oh,
the
Okay.
Adam
bathroom.
is
Oh, yeah,
here.
Adam wasn't there. Oh, hi, Adam. My goodness,
Hi.
my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. All right. So, oh, yes, 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 yes. We are happy to have you here. Unfortunately, your
But
volume is
don't
a little
forget,
low,
I
but
have a youngest one too now, Janelle.
Yes.
Janelle, come and
oh,
say hi
where's
to
she at?
them.
Yeah, we have another girl.
Another girl. So there are five. Where
Five.
is she now? She's hiding.
What did you know?
Yeah, she's coming. She was watching TV.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Say hi.
All right. She there now? Oh, hi.
Hi,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
she's here.
beautiful,
Janelle.
girl. Wow.
Hi.
Nice to see you too. That's a younger one, right?
Yeah,
All
Yes.
right.
yeah,
All right. So right now,
yeah.
Mr.
Thank you
Hamza,
so
once
much.
again, congratulations on that
Thank you.
award winning of the Father of the Year 2023 on our show. Um,
Thank you.
we just want to ask, how do you do it? You got five kids, and like I said, recently you married again, but until that it was just you yourself. And we have
Yeah.
seen your kids, the way they grow, the respect, the twins, how respectful they are, how serious they are about their education. Barack so smiling all the time, everybody is smiling, so nice kids. And that is why we've chosen you. How do you do it? Tell us a little bit of your own process.
Uh, Actually, I would say it's a collaborated effort. I cannot do it by myself. That's why fatherhood is something I cherish so much, and I really thank my kids for giving me the opportunity to lead them. Because if they don't listen, you cannot force them to do it, and always give them the credit. And I would say that's what make my job a little easy, even though I love doing it. But this also provide me the chance to father them.
Nice.
Wow, 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 wow. That is good. That is good. We like that. We like that. You see why we chose him? He's giving the credit to the children. Oh man, you are a man of substance. We are very happy for that particular answer. And we know the kids know who you are. I was actually hoping that they would also say something little bit about you, at least one or two of them, if they have the time to just stand behind you and say something about you that made your fatherhood and the way you do your things so different. Because, like I'm saying, we have observed a lot of fathers, and you come up as one of the best. Is there anybody among the kids that's willing to share their thought?
I have big Alice here. I think
Okay.
he can help. Hello.
All right. Yes, Alice, tell us something. What is it about your father that you like so much?
I'd say it's his perseverance and also his tendency to like point out when he's wrong and try his best to do whatever it is to correct himself and try and better himself for us.
Wow,
Wow.
wow, 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 wow. We are happy for you. You got a great dad right there. So take good
Yeah.
care of him. Let him feel good, especially this Father's Day show. I know he already told me what you guys did. He was so blessed. I mean, to see what you did. And you guys are smart kids. So going forward, not because you guys are going to grow up and become big people, you think like, we are, no. You got to still be the kids that he know today that makes him shine through among fathers. All right. So thank you so much for sharing your perspective with us today.
So,
Thank you.
you too.
So that is one of the twins. The other twin is a lady. Is Alexandra also there to share, or is she busy
Yeah,
right now?
she's upstairs. Can you call her?
All right. So while we wait for her, we have made this discussion we did. In your own mind, in your own perspective, which one of the points, or if there's any point that you have to add to what we have shared so far, can you tell us, about how to handle stress? How do you handle stress?
Okay, I'll let Alexandra. I think she's busy upstairs. Let her finish. She's here already.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Alexandra. Come in camera. Yes, yes, yes. We miss you. School took you away for a long time, and I was happy to see you today at
Yes.
church. All right. So, Alex, tell us what about your dad is so special that you want the world to know? Because we have seen something unique, but tell us just one.
I guess one thing is how I think a good dad is willing to listen to his kids, and
Wow.
he's been very good at listening to us, and also saying sorry. I think that's a very big thing for a parent to do, and he's been willing to do that. So that has been very good.
My goodness, saying sorry too, man. Man on the life. My goodness, my goodness. That is sweet. Thank you so much, Alex, for sharing that with us. And I know the men who are watching are going to pick some of these things that you have said because you guys think alike. All of you are the same, trust me. So I'm going to learn to say sorry more of the time. And whatever you guys are learning and sharing, we are also going to apply to our lives. All right. Thank you for coming
Thank
on.
you.
All right. So, Mr. Bye. So, Mr. Hamza, tell us what have
Yeah.
you done? Yeah, what do you think makes you able to handle stress of fatherhood?
Yes. It was a new thing to me, and nobody know it all. We're always learning. And when it came to my turn, being the only one going to take care of all of them, I needed strength. And I know God gives us spiritual strength when we depend on Him, but then we need a physical one, like you said.
Mhm.
So I incorporated exercising into my habit, and I make sure I work out every day. That's true. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Yes.
hear you.
Yes, I make sure I work out every day before shower and go to work. That way I have the energy to do all the extra activities when I come home, like taking them to their sports and all that stuff, doing traveling and all that stuff by myself. And that really went a long way because I always have the energy to help them.
Wow.
So personal care.
Yeah.
It's
So,
very, very important because,
Mm.
like they said, you are only worth your health. Without your health, your money, it's nothing. It's
Yeah.
worthless.
Wow.
So that's something I kind of incorporate into my life.
What that was? You said you are only worth your health. My goodness, this
Yeah.
man is wise. My goodness, I've never heard that. I don't know if it's a common statement, but you said you are only worth your health. So
Yes.
we can do a lot, but if you are not healthy, how can you do it? And that is why
Yeah.
you take seriously personal health, personal care, exercising frequently so that you have the energy to juggle all these activities that you had to do raising these 5 kids. My goodness, God bless you
Perfect.
so much. Do you have any question for him?
So do you said some it was new to you
Mm.
when you were left alone to take care of them. Did you try and seek help, or you try to be the man after you exercise to handle everything all by yourself?
Like
I have
professional
somebody
help.
who went through the same thing, who happened to be a close friend. So sometimes I kind of ask something that I don't know, and he's always willing and open to share. Even when I used to like cry in the car when I get to work, and he said it's normal, just let it flow. It's part of the healing process. So I wasn't kind of nervous when that happens, and I just let the tears flow, and it kind of helped the healing process. I didn't try to hold anything in because
Okay.
the thing has already been done, and you have to deal with it. You know, it became a new normal, and I
Right.
was able to kind of walk the fine line. And no, I realized that whatever affects me, if I don't control, it's gonna spill onto the children. And that was why I tried to look for a way to gather energy, and exercising came to mind, and I kept I kept it since from then, and I will never stop.
My
Okay.
goodness, I like that. I will never stop. Yes. And the good thing is, even though you look forward to it to give you energy, it is also giving you strength, your body, your health
Yeah,
wise, your blood
yeah,
pressure, your heart, and all those other things are going to be better just because
yes,
you exercise. So it's a
yes,
win-win situation. You do it to get the
yes,
energy, and then it helps to benefit your own health. That is
yeah,
deep. And I'm also happy that he said that he did not do it by himself. He also looked for somebody who had the experience to also help him. So,
Yes.
fathers out there, if you are going through something that you are feeling alone in, find somebody in a similar situation, and draw strength from them, because that is the way to go.
Professional
And then
help and
professional help too. If you
support.
help
need,
too.
if you
Yeah,
need professional help, you can also seek for counseling services in the town or city where you were at, and ensure that you get the most that you can get out. So we want to say thank you so much and congratulations on getting this award. We are going to make some t-shirts. Once our t-shirts are up, you are going to be the first to get yours. That will be your
thank you.
award for being the most valued dad, at least on our live show, that as we started observing people in the year 2023. So come next year when we are calling the next person, you will hand over that crown of the best dad to that person. God bless you so much. Let's give him
Thank
another
you.
clap,
Thank you.
and the entire family. My goodness. God bless you so much. So much. All right. So we are going to be closing out the show. Thank you for joining us. We are actually doing very good on time. And today we feel like we have had a wonderful experience with everything that we have learned. And if you haven't shared the stream, it's not over yet. You can share so that other men and women, of course, will benefit. But before we go, we want to share our sister Queer Free Years comment here. She said, congratulations. Congratulations. My goodness. Congratulations to the father, Mr. Hamza, that won the award. And of course, we also want to extend congratulations to all the men out there, both fathers and fathers to be in the future. We say thank you for joining us. Thank you for liking and sharing the stream, and commenting, taking time out of your busy schedules to be on the live with us. And so until we meet you again by way of this medium, we say Beloved,
Beloved, we
we
wish
wish above
above
all
all
things
things that
that
you
you prosper
prosper
and
and
be
be
in
in
health,
health,
even
even
as
as
your
your
soul
soul
prospers.
prospers.
God bless you all for your time. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you for
all.
God bless you.
watching.
Thank you.
God
Thank
bless
you.